This story, Audio 06, Farewell, Africa. My time as student missionary was for less than 9 months, so why stay for 12? I needed to earn my fees for another school year. What better way than to sell our truth-filled books? Pastor Daryl once more supported me. He suggested contacts that would lead to generous sales, and my success was beyond my dreams. On my return to Ghana, from where I would fly to England, I met up again with Charles Thompson Tetteh, the son of a chief. Charles had been baptised, and now wanted to study theology at our school in Nigeria. He had decided to try canvassing, but the going was hard. With the wind of success in my sails, I prayed with Charles. In my prayer, I said that if God could bless a white man, as he had, seeing that he has no respect for persons, would he not open the windows of heaven for my black brother? The prayer was provocative, but God is good. Together, Charles and I marched into a library and requested the ear of the chief librarian, a woman. She graciously listened to our sales pitch and placed an order for numerous books. If we marched into the place, we surely danced out. We made our way to the Adventist publishing house to place the order. To our surprise, we found that our enthusiasm was met with scowls. Some of the books were printed in Africa. Those they would supply. But others were imported from abroad, and if our order was met, that would mean African colporteurs would miss out. We had no choice but to return to the library with a diminished list. The chief librarian accepted, and we slank out to lick our sores. On doing some simple math, we found that the smaller order would supply Charles with almost 85% of his school fees. God was indeed at work, but was not leaving Charles to lay on the beach the whole summer. Charles would still have to work, but with far less pressure. We thanked God for both his generosity and his wisdom. I haven't heard of Charles since that day. I pray all went well for him. Another unrelated incident had occurred before this in Nigeria. Pastor Daryl and I met up with Daryl Sr. at a good restaurant, exchanged thoughts, ate good food, and left. In the car park, two attractive females approached Daryl. He dismissed the young women in a rather abrupt way, which caused me to question his judgment. Little did I know what temptation had been laid before him. The Apostle Paul writes, "Flee fornication. Every sin that a man does is without the body, but he that commits fornication sins against his own body." 1 Corinthians 6, verse 18. Daryl saved the day for us all. The women could cast their net for other customers. My student missionary year was at an end. I had the fees for another year's study and a suitcase full of memories that would last for at least 50 more years. I wanted to return to Africa, but that never happened. I prayed that God would bless the work I had done. One example of that? At an earlier time, Charles had told me of a widow that sold bread to survive, but her grain had come to an end. She needed 30 Ghanaian cedis to purchase a new sack of wheat grain. I only received pocket money as a student missionary, but then I had no expenses to speak of. I gave Charles the money and asked him to forward it to the sister, who was not a member of the church. So, when you give to the poor, give very secretly. Don't let anyone know what you are doing. Your giving should be done in secret. Your Father can see what is done in secret, and He will reward you. Matthew chapter 6, verses 3 to 4. Children's International Bible. I have many more memories of Africa, but will save them to dream of in my old age.